Well, 4-3-3 sounds good. Balanced mentality, though. This one should be interesting. So now this one is one I got from the typical page I get this from, but it is from a thread itself, not from an actual tactics page. So the download itself, there's no description, there's no anything. It just says someone used this and there's the download. So I figured it has an interesting name. I'm going to try it. It is called, and I apologize for this, but the 433 Balans Mentalitet Osnovnaia. I'm so sorry about that. Osnovnaia. I have completely butchering that, I know. But basically, from what I saw, it means balanced mentality is key. So, we've got a balanced mentality. We've got a 4-3-3. Let's check it out in a holiday sim with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. Let's just dive in and see what happened. Well, the Premier League does not look too bad. We've seen it time and time again, though. It's not too far off of average. Aston Villa in fourth. They get Champions League spots, but only 73 points and 82 goals. We've definitely seen better. Liverpool, though, 86 points, 107 goals. Champions of England. It looks pretty nice. And looking at Liverpool's domestic cup, yeah, it looks very nice. They got to the Carabao Cup final, beating Aston Villa, of all teams, 1-0. They get to the semi-finals, unfortunately, of the FA Cup and lose out to Newcastle 2-2 in penalties. But they have a perfect run in Europe, getting to the Europa League final. I don't know if Vinicius Jr., if he wasn't sent off, if they would have gotten the goals, 82, 90 plus 4, but still, they got the win, Europa League trophy, 4-3 over Real Madrid. So overall, 3 trophies in the semifinals, not bad at all. Squad-wise, sea of green, which was always what I love to see at least. 31 goals for Jota, 27 for Salah, 23 for Nunez, assists 25 for Robertson, McAllister with 21, and average rating Salah with a 7.5. But now switching things up to the Aston Villa side, they get through the Carabao Cup fourth round against Ipswich 5-2 fairly handily. Getting to the Carabao Cup final, we already saw losing to Liverpool 0-1. FA Cup, unfortunately, only getting to the fourth round against Man City 0-4. But another perfect run in Europe, getting to the Conference League final, 4-0 thrashing over Fiorentina. So yeah, a winner's trophy, runners up, fourth place in the Premier League, not too bad. And a nice area of green for themselves. They usually don't get as many, but, you still like to see more. 29 goals for Ollie Watkins, 22 for Diaby and Zaniolo apiece. Assists 19 for Alex Moreno, Matty Cash with 16. And average rating, Morgan Rogers is up there with 7.28, but 7.24 for Zaniolo. Data hub for Liverpool looking very attacking. Their defense looks pretty nice as well. Kind of on the average mark to a degree. 2.82 goals per game. 0.82 conceded. Yeah, that's about average. 0.92 XG against. 17 shots is nice. And the 2.29 non-penalty XG. Aston Villa, yeah, about typical. The goals just aren't there, unfortunately. Their defense looks kind of on the average mark. 2.16 goals per game. 1.21 conceded. 1.13 XG against. Premier League stats. Points per game, 2.26 for Liverpool in first. Aston Villa drawing with fourth with the 1.92 with Arsenal. Most goals, Liverpool in first though with 107. Aston Villa with 82 in second place. Fewer shots against, 265 for Liverpool. Aston Villa with 349. Most possession, Liverpool with 51%. Most dribbles made, Liverpool with 613. And then most shots for first and second, 671 for Liverpool. Aston Villa with 581. But now let's switch it over to the championship side of Ipswich Town. How did they fare with this? Well, another clear front runner for them. Victory in the championship, getting onto the Premier League next season, 110 points, 143 goals. This definitely worked. Domestically for Ipswich, we already saw them lose out to Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup fourth round. They get to the FA Cup fourth round, losing 1-2 over Sheffield United. So overall, it is kind of an average season for them. Getting tops of the championship, but unfortunately knocked out in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup in fairly standard places. Squad-wise, they've got some green. It's not too bad. They don't have a lot of players there. 36 goals for George Hurst, 16 for Connor Chaplin. Assists 35 for Leif Davis. Wow, 13 for Connor Chaplin. An average rating Leif Davis with a 7.79. Holy cow. This really worked for him. And then quickly onto the championship stats. Most points per game, 2.39 in first place. Most goals in first with 143 clear front runners over Southampton. Fewest shots against in first with 288 and most shots for in first with 838. But now let's take a look at this balanced mentality tactic itself. We start out with a sweeper keeper in defend, fullbacks on the left and the right in defend, ball playing defenders in the central spots in defend, 2 Segunda Volantes in attack with a DM in support sandwich in the middle, 2 pressing forwards in support. Both are marking the specific positions of the DR and DL, and then an advanced forward in attack up front. Again, it is a balanced mentality. In possession, attacking with his narrow approach plays pass into space, underlap on the left and the right, focus play down the left and the right. Passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. So overall, how did it work for our 3 teams? I mean, definitely not bad. It got them into good table positioning as it usually does. I would say this is kind of on the average mark for these 3 teams. If you used it for a lower team, I'm not sure how well it would work for them. But Liverpool, Aston Villa, fairly attacking. Same with Ipswich Town. They did very well here. So definitely a 4-3-2 to take a look at if you like the positioning, if you like the players, and you have the players for it. So here, it worked very well. But let us know if it worked for you in the comments below. But otherwise, that is it for me, Steffi and FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.